Your twin flame cannot love you in the way that you want them to if you're not giving that love to yourself first. And welcome back to my channel. I'm Breann, a master certified ascension coach with Twin Flames Universe. And I've been in harmonious union with my twin flame for 4 years. And by applying the teachings of union and the mirror exercise. And today I want to talk to you about, receiving love from your twin flame in the way that you desire to receive the love, love languages and you being romanced by your twin flame. But with your twin flame journey, you've got to understand that it's not a regular relationship. It's something divine. It is a divine love. And in order to have a divine love, you've got to do something divine, transcendental. And that's something that you've got to do is you've got to open up those energetic pathways, those energetic doors for your twin flame to love you and romance you in the way that you deeply desire to be loved and romanced. And let's say if you're feeling unworthy or you feel like you're not good enough, those are energetic blocks to you receiving that love from your twin flame. Or if you feel that you're not good enough to be romanced, or you're not pretty enough, or not handsome enough, those are going to be energetic blocks to receiving your twin flame's love. And you can think of it in this way too. Like a lot of us, we grew up with, maybe parents or siblings or grandparents, people, authority figures or family members that maybe we experienced traumas with, or we it just wasn't a good relationship. And that's the majority of the consciousness, the collective. And we're all healing through those childhood wounds. That goes for everyone. But if you don't know how to love yourself truly and genuinely, you're not going to be able to love another, nor can you receive it. And so in my example here, like let's say, we'll just use your parents for an example. And let's say your experiences with your parents or someone else in your life, they didn't love you, or the relationship wasn't loving in the way that you wished it would have been, or the way that you would have liked it to have been, or the way that it's supposed to be. But if you look at it at the core, that you can't love someone truly, like connect with them and love them and nurture and care for them, if you don't know how, if like you don't even know how to do that. And the way that you got to know how to do that is knowing how to love yourself in that way. If you don't know nurture, care, redirection, compassion, patience, if you don't know those things and you embody those qualities for yourself, you're not going to extend that to another. You're just not. If you are kind of a product of abuse, if you've experienced abuse throughout your life, or if maybe one of your parents or your, those that were raising you, or just someone in your life, if you have experienced abuse, you're more than likely going to extend that abuse. And why am I speaking to this? Because it's an invitation for you to recognize where you've not loved yourself and know that you got to go there. That's where you got to open up those energetic doorways to your own self-love. And you've got to cultivate, you've got to embody compassion. You've got to embody romance. You've got to embody patience. I might have already said patience. Compassion, patience. You've got to embody joy. You've got to embody happiness. You've got to embody that feeling. The feelings are what I'm speaking to, of nurture and care within yourself. And as you do that, as you align yourself to those things that you desire within your being, that opens up the pathway for you to have those in your twin flame union. And really every relationship where appropriate, right? Like your twin flame, they're your divine lover. But with, friends, family, and whatnot, it opens the doorway to have harmony in those relationships, peace, love in those relationships. So you can't extend something that you don't know for yourself. You can't extend something that you don't have for yourself. And it's vice versa. If you don't know it and you don't have it, another can't give it to you because you're blocked there, right? It's an energetic block. And this is why on the twin flame journey, or really any, we're all on some kind of spiritual journey, it's so important that you love yourself and you go there where you're not feeling good enough. And you may say, okay, well, I'm going to love myself, but I don't feel nothing. It doesn't feel good to me. Well, that's the place to start, is that your own love doesn't even feel good to you. So if your own love doesn't feel good to you, well, that's just going to get mirrored back to you by your twin flame and others. That's your reality is a reflection of how you feel about yourself. The one relationship that we're always having is our one relationship with God, universe, source, energy, the divine, whatever you want to call it. Literally, that relationship is reflected in our reality through all things. And your twin flame is a perfect reflection of that. And if you, was kind of losing train of thought of where I was going. Yeah, so your reality being that reflection of the relationship that you're having with the divine, if you're not experiencing the beauty and the romance and the harmony and the passion in your twin flame union like you desire, well, that's where you've got to go. And you can start with, okay, I don't want to love myself. I don't like loving myself. I don't feel good about my own self-love. Well, start there. That's a place to start. And you can't get this wrong. We're all at our core, we know how to love, but because there's layers of separation, we've got to move through that in order for you to come back into the knowing of what it means to love. It's already imbued in your being. You already know what divine unconditional love is. And if you're not feeling good enough for your own love or good enough about yourself, well, that's where you've turned your back on the truth of who you are. And you've got to turn back around and love yourself there. And I understand that this can be a very uncomfortable, and sometimes people just don't want to do it. They don't want to love themselves. And I get that because I've been there. When I first started doing the mirror work, the mirror exercise, I was very resistant to it. But I finally just sat down one day because nothing was changing in my reality. Like nothing was moving forward, and I was sick of it with my twin flame journey. So I just sit down and I pulled out pencil and paper and I started writing down the mirror exercise. I'm upset that I'm stuck on my journey. I'm upset that I'm stuck within myself. And I found that place and I love myself. And as I started to do that, I started to experience breakthroughs. I started to have forward movement in my journey. And then I was like, okay, holy cow, this works. And I did start to feel good about myself. I did start to feel good about my own self-love. And I felt really good in loving myself. And fast forward to where we're at today, and I'm in Harmonious Union. And the process doesn't end. My twin flame and I, we still, continue to love ourselves where we don't feel good, where we feel unhappy or, numbed out to love, whatever that may be. So your twin flame cannot love you in the way that you want them to love you if you're not giving that love to yourself. And you may get pieces of candy here and there of where they, open the door and they're like, oh, I love you, you're my twin flame, and then that door shuts again. Right? That's there's something wrong there, right? Not that there's anything wrong with you. It just means that there's an indication that there's a block there. Right? And you're not in it, well, maybe you are. You don't want to be in it for the pieces of candy, the little drops of love here and there. You want the whole thing. You want to be like together with your twin flame, creating the life that you desire, like the full package. And if you're not clear on your desire, or you don't even feel connected to it, well, then that's the place that you want to start. You can see like there's many different places that you can begin on your journey by applying the mirror exercise and the teachings of union. The teachings of union is going to show you how to love, how to have a divine relationship with your twin flame and yourself. So apply all of these things, and I'm living proof of it. It has worked immensely for me and many others, but that's going to get you moving forward. And so love yourself in the way that you want to be loved, and then you will be loved in the way that you desire to receive love because you've given it to yourself. Okay, don't forget to hit that like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.